A kid decides that there's no point, there's no purpose to life. Wouldn't you think that that person should be the happiest person in the world? There's no purpose, there's no obligation, there's no expectation. Who you captain? I'm going to exist until I die and I couldn't get... He should be the happiest person in the world. They're the most depressed people. Something's not adding up here.
Why?
Why isn't it adding up, or why should they be the happiest?
Why isn't it adding up?
Because it's not true. It's not true that existence is comfortable. It's not.
Maybe you could say just it's a guilty conscience of their chinuch.
So what does that mean? Oh. So you're saying somebody inflicted some... That's what Hitler said. That if you just leave people alone, they'd be perfectly happy to just exist. And the only reason they're not happy is because you poisoned their minds. Doesn't seem that way. Because you have people who finally get over the poison. They say, I couldn't care less. There is no Eibishter, there is no Rebbe, there is no Torah, there is no Mitzvos. Miserable creatures. Okay, so go have some fun. What's fun? People who get depressed are people who have good existences. People in third world countries don't get depressed. They can't afford to. When you have a comfortable existence, you have all the space you need, you have all the money you need, you have all the security you need, depressed. Who's more likely to become a drug addict? A kid in a ghetto or a kid who lives in a multi-million-dollar house?
Both.
Nope.
Look at the numbers.
No.
The second one, he could afford the
There are more people living. There are more people living in the ghetto than there are living in million-dollar homes. But almost every kid in a million-dollar home is on drugs. Why? Why not? What else?
That's
Huh?
That's the time.
They have the time, they have the money, and they have nothing else to do. So instead of being perfectly content with their wonderful existence, they are miserably uncomfortable with their perfect existence. Because so what? So what do you mean, so what? Give me your house, I'll show you so what. I'll show you how happy a pig can be in a sty. Yeah, but not a human being.
And marriage gives you a life. How?
First of all, the fact that you can create life. Why is it a person doesn't feel complete until he's had a child? Childless couples, the most painful, the most desperate, what? If you don't create another life, that means you haven't moved beyond yourself. If you don't move beyond your own existence, you don't feel productive, you don't feel accomplished, you don't feel satisfied. So at the very least, even if you don't know how to raise children and you don't have Torah and mitzvahs to give them, just having a child means, see, I'm more than just myself. The feeling that you've given life, not just lived a life, gives your existence a teichen. And the need to give your existence teichen, that is a uniquely human condition. And Jews are particularly sensitive.
So that's once you're married, to further on your life to have kids, but marriage itself.
No. Once you have children, now you have to have a purpose to raise them with. In other words, you keep growing, you keep moving. You can call it higher and higher, or further and further from yourself. More and more beyond yourself.
And that makes someone.
Huh?
And that makes a person happy.
Yeah. The status quo does not bring satisfaction. So I was born, I am, and that's it. And I will be what I am, and for a human, for an animal that works, for a human being it doesn't work. Huh?
You have a kid and he goes through the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why the mineral exists to feed the vegetable exists to feed the animal exists to feed the human being, and the human being sits. Because he just ate the animal with the grass and had a glass of water. So that's it. Progress ends with the human being. Everything was created for me. Va'ani lo nivresi ela l'shamash eskaini.
So getting a life is twofold: serving God and having a family.
It means becoming bigger than yourself. The mineral becomes bigger than itself by being absorbed in the vegetable. The vegetable becomes bigger by being absorbed in the animal. The animal becomes absorbed in the human, and the human being is absorbed into something bigger than himself. So, for example, the most idealistic goyim, what is their idealism? To do something for mankind. It's a tiny step for man, but a giant step for mankind. So if you can serve mankind, then you're bigger than a man. Not much bigger, because if a man is finite, then a bunch of people are still finite. So if you can be mishamish as kaini, now you've moved from a finite to an infinite. That's progress. And that's appropriate progress, because how far did the mineral move to become a vegetable? Relatively speaking, right? Infinitely. He didn't become a better mineral or a bigger mineral. He became a vegetable. The vegetable becomes an animal. That's ein arech. And the human being becomes a better human being. Now, that's a cop-out. If Yisrael Eiraiso Kutshabricha Kul Echad, what's the taiva? It's Kul Echad. The taiva on which you can't ask a question, the taiva is to have this reality revealed. Dafka revealed. Why dafka revealed? It's a taiva. But the fact is not a taiva. The fact is a fact. Yisrael Eiraisav Kutchabricha Kul Echad. That's not because of a taiva. The taiva is the Eibishter wants his atzmus to be known in Tachton. Why? Why do you want the whole world to know that you're marrying your wife? That's what it means when it says in my Mudim that a dira has two conditions. One condition is that it should be a place for the atzmus of the person, and the second condition is it should be lichtik, that it should be revealed.
What was the reason why we celebrate the wedding? Yesterday said. What's the reason? It's a private thing.
but it's not complete until the whole world knows it. It's a t'nai, like in the Ahava there's a t'nai. Just the fact that I love you is not enough. The whole world has to know. And the whole world has to know means the whole world accepts it, is comfortable with it, and celebrates with you. Why they celebrate with you? They should be jealous of you. Like the comedian says, I never understood what the best man at a wedding is. If he's the best man, why is she marrying me? So what's going to happen when Mashiach comes? The whole world, in other words, Goyim, you got to spell everything out. The whole world means all the Goyim in the world will celebrate the fact that the Eibishter loves Yidden. And until that happens, we're in Golus. So when the truth dawns that the Eibishter has a hang-up for Yidden, the whole world will celebrate it. That's what it means. They will be thrilled with your relationship with the Eibishter, or the Eibishter's relationship with you. That's Mashiach Day.